Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I am Joe. This week we are working on the front driver's seat of the GX. We are replacing old, terrible, ratty leather with some beautiful new leather, and it's a lot easier than you might think, so stay tuned. Yes, we are finally able to get outside and do some work. It has been raining all week in Iowa, and it is sticky. But I am finally able to replace the driver's seat leather, which has been driving me nuts because it was just falling apart, and they're not expensive seat covers. It's like $160, which I realize is a lot of money for a lot of people. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much to replace on your own and have a much better looking and feeling seat. And like I said, it's pretty easy, so let's dig into it and get going. If you've never removed a seat before in a car, don't worry, it's actually pretty darn simple. We're gonna start in here. There's plastic caps on all the feet. Some seats have that, some don't. We're just gonna get in here. Actually, you can probably pry these off by hand. If you don't have any plastic pry tools, go to Harbor Freight, your hardware store, AutoZone, Amazon. Buy a set. They're only $5 or $10. You will use them for everything, and you will not know how you got along without them. But to start, plastic caps, 4 bolts. You probably have to move the seat forwards and backwards and do the recline and stuff so that you can get to them. And then most seats have electronics. This one has a lot. So we'll probably gently tilt the seat back or to the side so that we can access the bottom and unplug the harness, and then we can pull the seat out. We got the seat out now. A little table here. This is the front of the seat. There's going to be a screw here, a screw here. There's going to be 2 on the back. We'll flip that over. Again, you're going to use your little pry tool to pop these controls off. They actually came off really easy. Just be gentle. Pop them off. And then 2 screws on the back of the seat. We've got one on this corner and then one on this corner. Obviously, I've already taken them out. You just flip this cover up. There's some elastic down here you might have to undo. And then there is one harness there that you'll need to unplug, and there's a couple more, I think. I forgot to mention too, underneath these controls there's 2 screws. Take those out, and then this whole thing can pop out, and then there's going to be 2 screws up in here holding this control box on. Those have to come out as well. After we got the control box off, there's actually one at the bottom too, so there was 3, sorry. This all just kind of just falls off real easy. There is a clip here that needs to come off with your pry tool. On the inner part of the seat, same thing. We took that screw off the back, then we can kind of pop this plastic off. It kind of just clips on to that piece right there. So up and off, there's a little clip there. And another one of those black plug clips there that you'll pop out with your trim tool. And then you can just unplug this clip from the trim, the housing there, and you can get that all the way out of the way. Now we can flip the seat back and start working on the actual cover. Working on getting the cover undone from the bottom is a little finicky and fiddly. Take your time. It's not hard. It might be hard on your fingers, but just, you know, screwdriver, pry tool. Basically, you're gonna just work on getting all these clips off, and it's just gonna kind of have to pry them off, muscle them off, unclip them from stuff. There was harnesses that had to come out from like a tab here and a tab here. Little needle nose pliers might work. That one came untaped even. And just like I said, take your time, don't get discouraged, and have at it. We did have to undo a harness that was plugged into here because we're gonna have to fish that out through the back of the seat. There's some seat heater stuff. Don't be scared of the seat heater stuff. It's really simple. I've got everything underneath unclipped, all the harnesses and stuff, like I said, and then basically you're gonna fish this little tab out from the back, and the whole thing pops off. That's that's all there is to it. So let's get to taking the leather off and putting the new leather on. This part might be the hardest part if you've never done auto upholstery. So this is the inside of the cover here. Just flip this over. See, it's pretty destroyed inside. There are these wire bars that run through the seat kind of on both sides and then across the front. And that is what pulls the upholstery down into the foam. And apparently this car is plenty new enough. It should have had heavy-duty Velcro instead, but no, hog rings. So there's also going to be, boy, it's going to be hard to show you guys this two-handed. There is a metal bar woven inside the foam, and wherever there is like a gap in the fabric here, a hog ring, which is just a little metal clip, is going to go around both those bars, pinch it together. Now, we'll talk about getting those installed, also not that scary. Getting them undone, I like to use just a stout pair of needle nose pliers. You can kind of just grab it, twist, and kind of just unfish it. Or if you have a pair of pretty stout side cutters that you don't really care about messing the jaws up on, you can clip them. They're usually pretty tough. You can actually replace those with zip ties. I know it sounds really pretty redneck, but it works really well. They're just kind of hard to fish through there. But let's talk more about hog rings when we install the new cover. Here's what your seat heater looks like. It's just this flimsy mat here. I had to peel it off of the old cover. Each one of these tabs had like a little plastic, like what the price tag on clothing is. So just clip all those off. I will probably kind of give this a little bit of spray adhesive just to keep it, I don't know, set a little bit. It's probably not really necessary. The middle part, the bar, is going to go over here and keep that into place, but these side ones aren't gonna stay in place very well. I'm gonna hit this with my steamer too to kind of help this foam back out. If you didn't know that was a thing, if you steam automotive foam with just a fabric steamer, it will plump the foam back up, bring it to its original shape. It won't be 100% perfect and won't last forever, but it will be like 90% better and last way longer than you would think. I have a video where I've done that in the past. I'll drop that in the description down below. Now time to transfer all of these bars over to my new cover and start doing some hog rings. Nope, I won't be transferring the bars. I just noticed this new cover has like this fiber cord, let's see, installed in here to act as the metal bar. I actually have seen this done before, so that's awesome. And no, there's no holes to put the hog rings or zip ties through. The hog rings will punch through that, no problem. If you are going to use zip ties, not a big deal. Use a little knife and a screwdriver or something. Pop a little hole through there, and then you can fish your zip ties through. It is just kind of difficult to do it, fish it through there, but then try to get it underneath that bar and pull it out. Tiny needle nose pliers and patience. Here is what a new hog ring looks like. They come in various shapes, sizes, thicknesses. It may kind of vary what you're able to get. They're not super popular. Go to your local hardware store, not a Lowe's, not a Home Depot, like an Ace, True Value, Tractor Supply. They probably have these, and yes, they are exactly what you think they are from when they used to tag hogs through the nose. I enjoy a good pork chop, but I don't really, there's got to be a better way to do that. Anyway, moving on. And then these are hog ring pliers. These are some old school ones that I found like at a thrift store or something. I don't remember where I got these. And so all you're gonna do is put the hog ring in. Can I do this one-handed? In there, there's a little groove where it sits. You're gonna put it around that fiber cord, around the corresponding bar in the seat, and you're just gonna squeeze and crimp it together. I'm gonna do these, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. There's what the hog ring looks like when it's in there. I gotta spread these cushions kind of apart, but it's just wrapped around that piece of fiber cord and around the wire bar and holds everything in place. We're gonna go ahead and clip all of the plastic stuff back to the seat frame and put the seat back together, and we will see how she looks. All right, we got the seat cover mostly on. You're gonna have to just wrestle it and go back and forth with the clips. That's pretty normal. Also, so we had like these clips down here that there was like some plastic tabs on the old flap, and actually on the other seat cover, this part was like a felt and fabric instead of vinyl. Those tabs aren't there to plug these in. Not a huge deal. We'll just cut those tabs off. This flap comes up underneath from the back of the seat and covers that all anyway. So not a huge deal. One thing though, and this was an eBay one, and I'll try to drop I will drop the link down below. It was made incorrectly. I took a bunch of pictures. I'm going to send it to the company. Don't hold out much hope for anything, but I did make it work. This black clip is actually supposed to get hooked up into this piece of metal here. The controls for the seats go there. And here's the old one. It's a different fastener. It's hard to show on video, but so I had to stretch it down, hook it to where this was supposed to come down, and then trim off a little bit of the plastic to kind of go around it. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but there goes my controller. But it will work. It will hold. This is kind of wrinkled here, but once we get all the trim and stuff in, it'll be fine. I want to get one for the passenger seat, but not if it's made like this. So if any of you guys have had really good luck with leather seat covers, definitely drop me a link down below, please. Alright, we got another couple small issues, I guess you could call them. On both sides, the wings of these seats come back, and there's supposed to be holes for these black plugs to go into the hinges. There was no holes, and I suppose maybe that would be okay, but I mean, kind of pulling this side of the seat tight is kind of a big deal. So I went ahead and used my, I've got one of these punch cutter things, cut a hole, and then luckily I have a variety pack of these black plugs. I needed a longer one because they've got the padding double thick in here, and the plug wasn't long enough, so I had to do that on both sides and do that. So that, I don't know, it's kind of not awesome. Yes, it is wrinkly. That is completely normal. Doing new leather, you kind of need to get some body heat in it and some weight on it to kind of find its home. And again, these are not going to be 100%, but you expect that in the stitching. You would think that they would be able to, or would mimic and duplicate all the attachment points. Maybe they're slightly off, but completely wrong or missing is not cool. Well, the seat is finished, as you can see. The color match is really good. It is, I don't know if I mentioned this before, it is an actual leather cover. It's not vinyl. The very sides of it are vinyl, but that is how the factory one was as well. The coloring on the vinyl is not 100%. But the leather is really good, and of course now I just see how badly I need to clean the top half of that seat, scrub it down, and put some protectant on it. You want to definitely put some kind of a cream protector, leather something on the bottom to protect it. It's brand new leather, so you want to put a barrier on there to take care of it. Anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it back in the GX, and now I'm looking forward to getting the passenger seat and doing that. Hopefully you guys will leave some links down below of maybe a little bit better suppliers of those seat covers. So let's go ahead and wrap the video up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Head on over to Instagram and Facebook. Links in the description below where I post all the time. As you can see, the seat is still sitting there. I haven't had time to put it back in the car because I've been doing about a million other things. We have family members coming into town, and I've been smoking chuck roast and trying to get the lawn taken care of and all kinds of stuff. So this Wednesday, hopefully I will have a mountain bike video or some kind of non 4x4 video. I've got a few things lined up, and hopefully time prevails so I can get those out to you. Turn the notifications on if you're new to the channel. Also, my normal videos drop every Sunday. Times may vary. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.